So my name is Filan. Today I will talk about our project, which is called SPINAL. Now, before getting into it, I'd like to ask you to take a minute and just look at how you're all sitting right now. Is your posture correct? Does your back hurt? Well, you probably spend at least a few hours hunched over your computers every single day. And that is exactly what SPINAL is for. I will quickly show you how it works. So I will ask my friend to show it. So it is actually very simple. What you do is you slouch and you get a notification on your phone reminding you to correct your posture. As you can see, my friend slouches and then he gets a notification that tells him to remind to correct his posture. And that way you have a straight back. So this project has actually been approved by a number of companies, the biggest one of them being Microsoft, and the latest one being the Yeni competition. So it all happened about a year ago. We had the idea and we had the prototype, and then we heard about the Microsoft competition and we thought it was the perfect opportunity for us. And so we went there and we showed them their prototype, and we actually won it locally, and then we took the second place worldwide. And so we kept developing our project and we improved the algorithm, and our developers actually made sure that the algorithm works perfectly. And so we've been a part of a couple of events after that, of course. And of course we created the multi-platform application. So SPINAL right now is available for all three platforms that you see on the picture. And so we also have the Azeri patent pending right now. And we minimized the prototype. So this is how the prototype looked when we were at the competition. It looks something like this from the inside. And this is how it looks right now. So we've increased its size, decreased its size 20 times. For comparison, you can see how big it is right now. So it's just two squares with sensors on the shoulders and a connection, which is a thin wire. So after that, we received a grant from the local state fund, and we are at the stage of testing the product. And of course, with a couple of stages of testing, we're hoping to start the production by the end of this year. Now, we will, of course, continue working on the project even if we don't receive an investment, but it would increase the speed of the process and we could manufacture on a much bigger scale. So if you leave the main steps that we've done so far, you get the product that we created, which is a wearable device that can be either integrated into clothes, or it could be a separate device which you can attach to any clothes and be reminded about your posture all the time. The device itself is connected to your smartphone through Bluetooth, or it can be connected to a smartwatch or a PC if you wanted to in the future. That will be possible. So yeah, it's simple to use. It's invisible, so you wear it underneath your clothes. Nobody gonna know. And if you're on a business meeting and you don't want to get any notifications, then you can also put on the vibrating feature on the device. So that's also possible. Now, we just spend so much time hunched over our computers that we often forget about our posture, but is actually a leading cause for many health problems. That could be back pain and shoulder pain, which most of you probably already experience after a long day. And it also makes you look less attractive and less confident. But with SPINAL, you train your muscle memory and you get into a habit of a good posture, and you remember to keep your back straight. In terms of marketing, our product actually serves healthcare wearable devices market. So we decided to choose women aged 18 to 54 as our first main target group, because women, according to some studies, they fuel up the growth of this particular market a little bit more than men. And then we know that according to the statistics, 3/4 of all smartphone users, they actually have some sort of wearable already. And in US specifically, 22% of internet users own at least one wearable device. And US consumers are also the leading group in wearable adoption. So that's why we choose US to be our main market, actually. When it comes to the business models, we actually have two options. Our main option is what we like to call spinalizing. That means that we integrate Spinal into clothes of an existing company. So that's partnering up with a company. We're especially interested in partnering up with a company that would integrate Spinal into underwear specifically. And the price would be about $25 with Spinal. And while it's our main business model, we actually can switch to another model easily because we're at this stage of development, which is selling Spinal as a separate product. In that case, that would probably be distributed through medical institutions and health centers, or if you wanted to, you can attach that to backpacks for kids because they carry heavy bags as well. In that case, the price would be a little bit higher, but it's still more affordable compared to other products on the market. Speaking of which, we actually know that there are products on the market that target similar problems, but of course there are a number of reasons why Spinal is better. For example, if you look at eye posture down in the picture, you would have to change batteries, which you don't have to do with Spinal because it's charged through USB for the whole day. You don't have to think about it. It's not physically restrictive like the posture correcting braces. They don't make you stand up straight, but you get a habit. So it's a lower price, and we can actually detect the shoulder position, which none of the other products do actually. If you're carrying a heavy bag and your spine is incorrect because of that, you get identification as well. So when it comes to other competitors, for example, this one that you can see on the top, they actually raised, on a Kickstarter, they raised more than $400,000. And the way their product looks now is how Spinal looked exactly 1 year ago. So our advantage is that our product is now more compact, smaller, and probably works better too. The one that you see on the bottom has raised over $1 million on a Kickstarter. And the only small problem is that it doesn't work when you stand up. So if you're slouching while standing up, it just doesn't work because you have to attach the bands over your knees. So we are all students, and we've put a lot of time, effort, and money into this project. And right now we're raising money for 3 main reasons. One of them being the patent, because we want to protect not only the product, but also the investors, because we don't want the product to be repeated. We would also want to apply for a Kickstarter because right now the product is at the stage when it is ready to go to Kickstarter. That would imply the management, the presentation, and all that. And of course the testing of the product, which we're planning to do a couple of stages of testing so that the Spinal gets to its best possible version. This is our team. Alexei, Arif, and Ulvia are hardware developers, software developer, and hardware engineer. And myself, I'm the designer. So with Spinal, we actually want to raise the awareness about the posture problem and give its solution to the world. Thank you very much.